force you to use one. Especially not... Some of those bosses didn't even give me an idea beforehand. Some do, but I was like, you know, fuck this. I'm gonna sit there and try to beat them anyway. And then there were some that literally did not tell me. I probably can level up my health. It's just... I need to level up a ton in order to get more health. It's not like I level up a few times and there goes my health. It's gonna be... I need to level up a lot in order to make my health make a difference to my health anyway, if that makes sense. I can level up like 20 times and my health will grow a bunch. If I level up once or twice, it's not going to make much of a difference to my health. Unless there's certain jobs in this one. I know in, what was it, in 3. Final Fantasy 3, if you level up, I think it was Monk? I think? I don't know if that's the same in this one. In Final Fantasy 3, if you level up your job class as a monk, you get a shit ton of health. I'm not sure if it's this way in this one or not. I can look. FF5.
Dude, I am smoking this kid.
Yeah. Oh, you're PvPing now?
No, I'm just playing with him. But like,
Oh.
I'm just shitting on the shark.
Get a haircut and a real job. Thanks, customer. I have both. I have a haircut and a job. No, this ain't a haircut at all. Fuck. I don't care about my haircut. I like my hair long. In the game. Oh! I have both anyway. In the game? Why do I need a haircut in the game? What? I don't know what that means. Anyway. How do I gain more health points? HP is based on your vitality and your character level. You can't do anything about the vitality that the normal job has, so you can only get experience to increase your level. Other abilities, which you get... And you can double your HP in battle from drinking a giant drink or mixing a giant drink. How does one drink these drinks? First off, I've been hoarding these goddamn drinks. There's drinks in the game that allows you to boost your stats or some shit. And it won't let me. I has them. I has a few drinks, but it won't let me drink them. I don't know, there's a few drinks in these games that boost your stats, and it's great. I can't use them. I don't know where I use them. I don't care to look up that. I can probably look that up, but it's not a big deal. But anyway. Yeah, unlike in Final Fantasy 3, there's no way to really boost your health. Besides just grinding. Yeah, I got a level. I don't like it in 3. You basically get a shit ton of health if you're the monk class. In this, it's based off your vitality, which is normally how it is. But there is ability that I can gain from being a monk that gives me 20 or 30% more health. But that also
I gotta grab a drink.
That's cool. Take your time. Which also requires me to level up the monk class a ton, which is no problem, but I'm just hoping to be able to beat this. You've lost a hell of a ton of weight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hitwoman. Hope you feel better. I mean, don't feel bad. I work at Sears, so I lose even more weight. I could probably level up the monk class a ton and boost my health with the 25 to 30% or whatever, bringing me up to 2,000 HP. But that still only leaves me a few hits, though. It's not like I have that much health, regardless. I mean, I don't know. I still shouldn't need it, though. Just throwing that out there. These bosses should not be a pain in the ass doing this much fucking damage, is the thing. Ah, that's just me. He also attacks twice. Sometimes. I can't counter. I get around that. The health would... I know I am. The health would make a difference, but not too much. If I could just get a heal off. Or if he would stop attacking my physical attacker, it'd be grand. Wow, I'm still going. He keeps hitting her, though. Hit the blonde girl, would you? Thank you. It's not quite over good. Okay, I thought he was going to kill me there. Alright, let's see if I can try this. He's probably going to kill me. Yeah. Yep, alright. Worst case scenarios, I can try getting them some boosts. I definitely do need more health. I thought I had plenty. I also thought I was when I was grinding, I thought I was getting more damage output with different classes and variety, but unfortunately that's not what's helping me here. Loaded the wrong file, I think. Oh, they're the same, never mind. Wow, that get louder all of a sudden. No, I guess it was the same file. Alright, well, maybe I can... Because I do have abilities at the monk class that I can learn and try to gain health boosts.
And he gone.
See, she has HP 30. One of my monks mastered her monk class, and she has an HP 30 boost. That brings up a lot of health for them. She still doesn't have the most health, though. Only because her vitality has a different job. So then after that, I gotta switch into my main job, which would give me more health. Which makes sense, but... like, I shouldn't... Still, it's annoying, is all I'm saying. Meh. This, I was not expecting this much of a spike in damage. Fucking sucks. Whatever, back to the grind. Back to Facebook for a sec. Sometimes I do that when I'm grinding and I'm just spamming the circle button. Some of these fights don't require much of my attention. Can I get a customized anime bank card? That'd be cool. Cool, but a bit childish. As much as I'm an anime nerd. Now I have slugs spewing mucus at me. Good. I love Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sure not everyone in my chat wants to see me just walk around endlessly grinding all day and actually do some progression.
I thought that's what World of Warcraft is.
I mean, any RPG can be that way. MMOs specifically are that, though. But yes. Same with PSO. While it's not as big as an MMO, that's basically all it is go fight monsters and level up and get your favorite weapons or whatever. But bigger MMOs like World of Warcraft, where it's like has nothing but like missions and raid fights, that's all about that.
I got sucked into helping this guy.
Well, that's nice, though. I always love helping people.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always like, I meet a new player in a game, and it's just like, oh shit, well, I can't really power level you, otherwise it'll make you look completely shit, because PSO has that mag where if you're not leveling it as well, your damage is completely halved.
The old mag.
Yeah, your damage is completely shit if you don't level your mag on top of it, but I will give new players weapons and shit.
Is my mic better? No?
Whoa.
No, it seems like it's working.
Oh shit, hello, Godly?
Mm-hmm.
You're a lot better than you were earlier.
Thanks.
It scared the crap out of me. I didn't expect you to pop in. Holy fuck, hello. Well, alright, Godly, you sound better.
What's this guy
Thank
doing?
you.
Yep. Oh, echo. Slight echo. Hope that's not a problem for anybody.
Yeah, I watched your stream on my tablet.
Ah, okay. That's no problem for me. I just don't know how anyone else I don't know if this guy cares or if anyone in chat cares.
I got your shit muted.
Ah, okay. That's fine.
I mean, I'm talking to you. I don't need to hear.
No, I'm just saying.
You know?
Yeah, no, I understand. Just for anyone else too, if anyone is also listening and can hear the echoing. It's not a big deal. It's just a slight
I
echo.
think like the first actually good boss you did in the dungeon was an OP boss that did max damage off the bat.
Yeah. Fuck. To be fair, I haven't fought the other side yet. I keep it's because they go to one side first, and it's annoying. So it doesn't really matter which side I initially send my best members down. But that's why I'm splitting my team up between one physical attacker and one mage user. It's just my mages don't really have that boosted physical job damage. Which is why, like, I was hoping that they would have killed the freaking blonde girl, because she does only like a few hundred hits of damage, while my other character does the high 800s. And she hits 3 times. Maybe I should focus on making my entire team of ninjas.
Imagine. Now you keep the boy same. He does a lot of damage though.
Yeah, I know. My monk and my knights do the most damage output. Well, my ninja too, but my knights and monks have been the highest damage output. But if I had the weapons too, I would make an entire team of ninjas. It's... What happened?
Sorry. This guy's killing me softly.
Killing him softly. How does that make sense? How can you die softly?
Oh, there's...
helping him, and he's fucking it all up, making it work.
There is killing with kindness. I learned that through Doctor Who. That was a good episode. Anyway.
Doctor comes in the room. I have 1 day left. I don't know what to do in that 1 day.
Yeah. I haven't watched that show in forever. Not since the female Doctor. For any Doctor Who fans out there. I was surprised I even got into that show. That show was normally not my kind of thing, but I actually love sci-fi stuff, so... As you can see from PSO.
I like my new laptop. It's actually pretty nice.
Repeat that.
I said I actually like my new laptop. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's always good to get a new laptop or a new computer, especially if it's decently
It's actually my
powerful.
first laptop, but you know, you talking about.
Yeah. It's always nice though. I always love getting a new thing, like new phone or a new laptop. And then breaking it in. And then playing games on it. Especially once I got Dead Rising 3 working compared to my old laptop, which was a shitty-ass Dell laptop that only costed $400. And then me trying to play it on my HP, which is still around $1,000. It still couldn't run for more than an hour. Then I got it on this laptop, which is my current one, my Acer Predator, which is, you know, my $1,600, nearly $2,000 laptop. And it freaking ran perfectly.
Oh, you got a fucking Predator?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, my buddy Tom got an Acer Predator, and he's like, "Here, check out this laptop." So that's the reason I got one. Otherwise, I had an HP I had not an Omen. I had an HP
Got an
Envy.
Omen.
No, my HP was an Envy. Sorry, I actually said Omen. You got an Omen? Nice.
Yeah, desktop though.
Yeah, mine's a well, laptop, desktop. I mean, yeah. But yes, my original HP was an Envy. Was my first computer I bought with fully, because the last computer I bought was a fucking Dell laptop, and it was $400, and I put half on that with my mom. But that was because I only worked a part-time job. This was like me buying from a full-time job money. So it was nice being able to fully buy a nice laptop. I gave that laptop to Irving actually, my old HP. So I was able to give that to him because he didn't have a laptop. So that's how me and him are like, that's how he's able to watch me or, play games, because I also let him have access to my Steam games. He has his own Steam account, but there's a feature that allows you to give your friends access to your games. So he has loads of access to some of my Steam games, which is also cool. So thanks to that, me and him are able to play some Steam games in the future. While he doesn't stream, he's able to be part of my stream. Yeah, see, he's using it now to watch me, which is what I thought. He's also uses it for other things, which is nice, because if he ever plays games, me and him can be on my stream without...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave now. So
Alright. That's nice. That's good that you're using it now to watch me. It's always nice to have that. Whenever you're... It's better to watch on a computer anyway, because it's just easier to see. Using a phone to watch streams, that's normally what I do when I'm in bed. But when I'm at the computer, I might as well just use that to watch people. I mean, you can stream off the phone, but why? I don't even know if my phone would be even good for that. You can, though. Shit, people used to stream Pokemon Go when it first came out. Yeah, I've been playing Code Vein the last night. Downloaded your Tomb Raider games. Yeah. I gotta get into those. Code Vein will be happening. It's gonna be like one of the tail end of my Dark Souls gameplay, though, because once I'm done with Bloodborne and Sekiro, which is the last of FromSoft games, I'm going to be moving on to Nioh 1, so I can play Nioh 2, which came out already. Damn it. And then after those, I want to get into Code Vein, and then I want to play a bit of Salt and Sanctuary and a bunch of other Souls-like titles. There's so many Dark Soul-esque games. What, Code Vein? Do you have it on PS4? I have to buy it. I would have to buy it if you want to co-op Code Vein. Take your time, Golly. Yeah, if you want to co-op Code Vein, then I would have to buy it on PS4 or buy you a PS4 or PC version. Because I don't mind playing it on any other console as long as it runs fine. Because the main reason why I got Remnant from the Ashes on PC is because I saw the PS4 version didn't work very well for some streamers. It kept crashing from the streams I saw of it.
Fuck.
Ow. But yeah. So I don't mind buying it. I just gotta wait for another paycheck. I spent a lot of money already. I spent a lot of money already, but it was worth doing, and it helped out a friend. Oh. It helped out a friend, and I was able to get me some more Dragon Ball cards. Yes, I collect those, if you were wondering.
You still collect those?
Kind of. I haven't collected them like in years. This is like the first time I collected them in a long while, but yeah. I collect cards on and off. I collect them as a collection. I don't play cards anymore, not like we did as a kid, but I like collecting them as like a collection thing, 'cause I'm that kind of a guy. I like collecting figurines and stuff, and cards are no exception. Yeah. But yeah, I do. I have Dragon Ball Z cards. I would collect Pokemon cards, but those are out of print now, seeing as Wizards of the Coast no longer makes those. So if I want to buy Pokemon cards, I would be having to spend upwards of several grand on them. Fuck that. The Dragon Ball cards I'm getting now are like $60 for like a booster box, and that to me is still like pretty decently expensive if I'm buying a lot of them. But if I want to buy booster boxes of Pokemon cards, you're looking at like upwards of several grand. And fuck that. I was a little lagging on low setting. Yay! Well, that should not be happening that much. My laptop can still handle games. Yeah, granted, it's not like a gaming laptop like my Acer Predator, but my Dell should not be that bad. I mean, it's still a $1,000 computer with an i7 core processor, but it's, yeah, granted, it's probably not a gaming laptop. But that sucks. Code Vein shouldn't be that expensive. That graphic heavy. However, either way, you still gotta buy it, because Code Vein, you're playing my copy unless you own it on PC. I don't remember buying you Code Vein. I remember getting you Remnant from the Ashes though, Irving. Yeah, I also bought him a bunch of PC games so we can play stuff together. I'm a very nice person. It runs, but at certain points it lags. I mean, I'm sure games lag for me too. Hell, I was having issues running fucking Dauntless. Not running it, so to speak, but it was my frame rate on my OBS was causing massive issues while I was playing that game. And that game is not even that hard to run. It's fucking Fortnite meets Monster Hunter. That game does not have great graphics. It's just I can't stream that game for worth a damn darn. I don't know why, but I've streamed Dead Rising 3. I literally kept making a point throughout that entire stream that I was running Dead Rising 3 fine, and that game is graphic heavy up the ass. But yeah, no, I have no problem buying Code Vein for PS4, but keep in mind you may want to get me a PS card. That way I don't have to spend like $60. Well, $120. But I don't mind hooking you up with that for PS4. At least we have Remnant to do on PC, though. You should be able to run that fine, right? Because I want to co-op that as well for stream. Yeah, we can do that after the lockdown is over. And same issue with Dead Rising? Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to be going through the Dead Rising franchise on PS4 anyway. I just gotta sit there. I started Dead Rising 2, but I only did Case 0. Dead Remnant? Sorry, the game's not... Oh, you mean Remnant? The game's called Remnant from the Ashes. I didn't know what you meant when you said dead. Sorry. Yeah, no, Remnant. I didn't know when you said dead. I assumed you meant Dead Rising. That's my bad. Hello. Oh, yeah. You have same issues with Remnant, though, running not very good capability? Interesting. But that game's even less capability graphic heavy. Huh. Well, I mean, we'll see how much they go. We'll see how cheap they are by the time this whole thing ends and I start to look into them. And if you can get me any PS4 cards that would make it easier. 'Cause anyway, even if I have to buy the stupid digital code on Amazon, you can buy me an Amazon gift card and I can do it that way too. Because, yeah, some of these games are $60 a pop, and that's way too expensive. I mean, I've already spent my I spent about a good quarter of my check. Didn't spend half yet. A quarter of it. I've helped out a friend, and then I spent some money on some cards. Yeah, the game is pretty heavy when it comes to fighting ads in Remnant. There's a lot of enemies, but I was not expecting it to be as crazy as lag issue wise. Yeah, granted that computer is not the best. I get that. It couldn't even run Dead Rising 3 very well. It kept crashing. However, it can run Borderlands and stuff. It should be able to run stuff like that. But when it comes to Dead Rising 3 and maybe some of those games, hell, it had issues running Dark Souls. Yeah, granted, now that I look at it, that computer wasn't the greatest for gaming. It allowed me to stream. That's all I wanted it really for, was to stream things. And it enabled me to stream, and I got my stardom using that computer. And it also enabled me to do a lot more with my YouTubing back then. That was around the time my YouTube was getting going. And I also started streaming, and a lot of my streams were done off that computer. I looked into a new computer because my streaming started to get less consistent, though. I started to have a lot of frame drops consistently. Settings lag with DS1, fine with that's ironic. Makes sense, I guess. DS2 has some shittier graphics. To be fair, DS2's graphics aren't as good to me as Dark Souls 1's. You know, it is funny. You can tell though because Dark Souls 2 was made by their worst team though. The company that makes Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3 and Bloodborne, their B team made 2, which is why their graphics are worse. Dark Souls 2 is still a good game, it's just there's reasons why it's worse. That's what happens when you split off your worst section of your video game company to make a game while you make a better version. And they made Bloodborne, and then their worst team made Dark Souls 2. It happens. To be fair, though, Dark Souls 2 has some good things going for it. It has some better areas. It has a lot of shitty reused bosses. And in Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which is the edition you're talking about, it has a lot of reused enemies as bosses. And a lot of bosses that become enemies. I hate when shit does that. I really hate when games do that. Like, so much shit that I've encountered in that game because I played for it the first time. I was like, what the fuck is this nonsense? There's so much shit they just added in. I feel like they just took a simulator and just popped in a bunch of freaking shit and didn't even do a test trial. That's like my best example. Is they took a simulator, plopped in a bunch of shit, and didn't even test trial it to see how it would run. That's how I feel Scholar of the First Sin edition is. Dark Souls 2, the original, is better. I may make a return to the Xbox version. Unless I buy the original Dark Souls 2 on PC. Which I was not hoping to, because I was hoping that Scholar of the First Sin edition would be better. If you've never played Dark Souls, they have 2 different versions for Dark Souls 2. One has it's basically the Game of the Year edition, but they literally just plopped in a bunch of random enemies in much different locations and changed a bunch of items around. And it's so vastly changed up that it feels like a whole new game. Aside from bosses and enemy types and areas. but other than that, it just feels like a whole different game entirely when you play through them both. I was not happy with how it is. Dark Souls 2 is not a bad game at all. It just does some bad things. Like having to have you level up a certain stat to gain the invincibility frames that 1 and 3 have for when you roll, which is terrible. They should not put iframes into a stat.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, we're getting there on the monk skill. How's your grinding coming over there? Still helping out the new guys?
He just fucking finished finally, thank God.
Sounds like
He
it's...
kept dying, he kept fucking...
Yeah.
And like the items, you had to get 10 of an item, and it was on a 10-minute cooldown. Like, it'll disappear if you don't get all 10 in time.
Yeah.
So, like, he died, and then he lost them all, had to restart.
Rough. Rough. What the hell, customer? I look up and I see two monkeys yelling at each other, and then I see the emotes on screen and it literally looked like they were kissing. Sorry, apes? Gorillas? They all look the same to me. If it doesn't have to do with anime, video games, or food, then I don't care. I want that shirt. Not so much the food part, but anime and video games, that's one thing. I don't eat a lot of food. I don't eat a lot, not that much. I can eat like one bowl of something and I'm good the whole damn day. I've always been that way. Or I can have days where I can literally eat like a shit ton of food and somehow I'm... It is, but there's days where I can eat like one thing and be good for the whole day, or there's times where I can just literally eat like a black hole. I don't get in my body.
I was bodybuilder and I was eating like 8 to 9 times a day.
Well, you were a bodybuilder, man. I was just a casual person. But yeah, no. Like when you're, I just worked out to get myself into, get my body toned a bit, and get myself into shape. I was never trying to bodybuild like to be someone like you. You're fucking built like a fucking truck. Especially when I saw you came back from the army, I was like, Jesus Christ. Fucking built. For a guy your size, I did not expect you to get as built as you became. But
A
yeah.
lot of people didn't.
Well, that's because growing up with you, you were never like, yeah, you were always strong, but you were never like that
I
muscular.
was always the littlest guy.
Yeah, but you're definitely the strongest of us all, though.
Yeah.
But then coming back from the army, though, you freaking tripled your size. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Super Saiyan, dude.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you fucking did. But yeah, you were always, out of me, you, and Jason, you were always the strongest of us all. You were always the guy who had never messed with. I remember you fucking punching Joey in the face when I used to get picked on by him. You were the kid that no one wanted to fuck with. And I'm glad I have you as a good friend like that.
Of course, dude. That's what friends are for.
Nah, Joey knows not to fuck with me anymore. I've nearly punched the shit out of him myself. That kid has spread so much shit about me. over the years. Hey, Supply, how you doing? Over the years, like, he used to spread AIDS rumor. I dated an ex-girl one time, and he spread this AIDS rumor about me. I nearly punched him in the face. He was lucky I'm just not... You know me. I'm not the guy who likes to get into trouble.
You're not confrontational at all.
Yeah, so, like, when I nearly picked him up with one hand and had my arm cocked, ready to punch him in the face, I dropped him once, and he ran home crying. So he knows not to fuck with me now. But, like... Yeah, he's a coward. He's a pussy and a pansy. Even ask Irving. If you ever see Irving, you can ask him, how's the mirror? He'll know what he's talking about, because he literally took Joey's body and broke my mirror with his body. Because he was being racist, and he was calling him racial Hispanic names and a bunch of other racist shit. He literally took his body and just cracked my mirror with him. No one likes Joey. Everyone fucking hates him. All that kid does is start trouble. But, like, he's been through so much confrontation with just me alone and you and just my friends being with just part of that clique. He knows not to fuck with any of us. Yeah. But yeah, no. I remember you always been always the guy that's always been part of our clique that no one should fuck with you. You've always been that guy who's always just is willing to throw down.
Yeah, that's why I'm always in trouble.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, you could be in a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. You could be dead or still in jail.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't know what shit you've got into, but like, you've always been the trouble out of all of us. But that's always a good thing, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Because that way, if anyone fucks with me or any of our family or friends, you will always ready to throw down. While sometimes I'm more of the guy who doesn't want to just get in trouble. I've never wanted to get in trouble. I've always feared my parents more than the cops, to be fair. But yeah. Yeah, Supply says wow. Jason got it the worst. Unfortunately, yeah. But he was someone I wouldn't want to fuck with either, though. Jason always would be ready to throw hands, too. But, yeah, I remember you punching Joey in the mouth that one day, though. That was so good. I was never... As a kid, though, I was always the weakest, too. Even though I was tall.
It's not a fighter.
Yeah, no, I never was. But he took advantage of me, and you saw that, and instead of me doing anything about it, you punched him right in the face. And as a friend, I've always looked up to you for that.
That's what friends are for, dude. You don't fuck with friends, you know what I mean?
Yes. No, to this day, though, I remember when I used to hang out with him and smoke weed with him, he'd always complain about his jaw hurting him. He still has a scar on the inside of his mouth because of that. And every time he says it, I always chuckle. It's fucking grand. You'll try to protect me? Oh, thank you, Supply. I appreciate that. I mean, I can fight, I just don't try to. I've definitely grown up and been picked on a lot, to the point where now I know how to fight. It's just, I just try not to. But as a kid, I was always the weakest one. Despite my height.
I know, and I was always the shortest one. Fucking
Yes.
knocking people out.
That's why height doesn't matter. But... It's just this, my buddy, the one I'm talking to now, he's always been the shortest of us. He's not that short, but compared to me, he's pretty short. But yeah, he's always been the one who will fucking knock someone's face in. Especially now. If you see him now, compared to what he were as children. Is Anthony shorter than you, Irving? Yeah, you guys are probably around the same height. He's not that short. It's just compared to me, he's pretty, as a kid. As kids, he seemed the shortest one of us all.
Oh,
yes, you were.
Bones, dude, wearing all that fucking baggy clothes, hanging out with the big boys.
Yeah, but no, I think out of average height, I think you guys are probably the same height. And then there's Michael, though. Jesus Christ, if anyone's got a growth spurt out of all of you. He's taller than me now. It's like, what the fuck? Irving says he's 5'4". Yeah, he's right. Yeah, you should be around the same height.
Oh, no, yeah, Irving's shorter. I'm 5'6".
Damn, so okay, you're about as tall as me now. I'm 5'7" to 5'8" or so. Last I checked, I was 5'8". Am I? I haven't weighed myself in a while. I have not measured myself in a while.
I was
So
gonna say, weight is not
the word, yes. Weighing is not the right word, yeah. 5'4"? Okay, well, whatever. It's been a while. Last I checked, I was 5'7", 5'8". So I might be taller than that. Then again, my family is known for being tall. Josh is literally 6 foot something.
Oh yeah.
And then there's Greg, who is literally the shortest of us all. But even then, he's not that short. He's like 5'5" last I saw him. But he's probably taller than that at this point. No, I have to weigh myself. Measure myself? Damn it, I keep saying that. You redeemed a Twitter follow. I saw it. I know you're asking me to shout out Reaper. Sorry, give me a moment. I love you for that. Thank you. Loyalty command. That's a thing in my channel whenever people ask for a shout out, even though people don't have Twitch. It's a thing that I have implemented. I gotta see if I spell his name right. There we go. Last time I tried to get back into wrestling, I was at 260. Yeah, Irving's always been in the wrestling side of things, too. He's also someone that you don't want to fuck with. Because if there's 2 people I can sick someone on, you or Irving on somebody, they'll fuck someone's day up for me. You can literally pound someone's face in because you're fucking built. Irving will fucking wrestle somebody's bitch ass to the ground. So there's that. I've always had bodyguards, and that's always a good thing. Yeah. It's a shame that you can't really do wrestling anymore either because of your heart. Irving, that also sucks. But too bad. I know you don't have Twitch, I know. But that's a thing that I have implemented into my channel.
No, I'm joking.
I redeemed Ask a Question. Do you now? I don't see your question there, Supply. Yeah, no, Irving doesn't stream. However, though, Irving, that is a chat loyalty system in my Twitch profile thing, or whatever, Twitch page, that whenever people redeem, I shout out anybody. Speaking of wrestling, it's weird now that when they... Yeah. Let you grow as a Twitcher. Don't worry. Like, whenever stuff you need to implement, you can always ask. I'll try to help for not being there, but it's also a thing you grow, too. There's also YouTube. But yeah, like, there's a lot of cool things you can do with the loyalty system. Like, I implemented people that they can request shout-outs, or they can redeem my in-chat currency for certain things like that. Yeah, you had that, I think, with the swole coins or whatever, didn't you? Yeah, see
the bot for play music.
Yeah, see, people can request music. I have music requests too. Like, people can literally type in song request space, like a YouTube link or whatever. There's a thing that you can do too for that for my channel as well. Speaking of wrestling, they perform to empty audiences as long as the stories go on, I'm good. Yeah, wrestling is all about your soap operas, unfortunately, though. I loved wrestling as a kid, but it got kind of annoying after a while as it progressed. I was never like that big into it, but my buddy Irving loves wrestling. But that's all it is. Wrestling has never been like truly real when it comes to like the TV side of it, though. Like, wrestling as is real, but like for the audience, it's always going to be staged, but that's the thing. I'm a big fan of wrestling too. It's just I grew out of it as I got older. As a kid, I loved wrestling as a kid. What? Like, I can say that Brett is going to die. What are we talking about me dying for? I don't know what question you were asking. Also, something about dying by blight. Of blight. This is getting, my chat's getting dark. Very confused. As long as it's not the coronavirus. Also, I have 9 viewers. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I don't know where this chat...
Get ganked.
Oh, God, don't you love ganking? I mean, I love
Fuck.
ganking. Not really. I hate ganking.
2v1. It's not even fair, you cocksuckers.
Yeah, see, no, that I don't even like ganking on when it's in my favor. And I'm not a PvP guy. I hate it in PvE. Ugh. PvP, it's even worse. Because I play a lot of Dark Souls, and a lot of people tend to invade my game, and then it's just not fair because they use the enemies to their advantage. What was my biggest fear? Insects. It sounds childish, but I've always been afraid of insects as a kid. And even now, spiders plague me. I hate spiders. They're not even the worst of it, though. It's just I hate insects in general. Spiders just have their own classification. They're arachnids. But I hate spiders, and I hate insects in general. Yes, insects. I'm a big fear of insects. Always have. While I was a kid and all my friends were out catching lightning bugs, I was avoiding them. I just don't like them on me. I just don't like touching insects. I don't like them on me. I've had encounters with bees stinging me in the ear, and I think that's what started it. And spiders in general are just the worst, though. But I forget what the term for insects, being afraid of insects are, but being afraid of spiders is arachnophobic. I don't know why. I just consider them insects in general, but technically spiders are not an insect. They're arachnids. It's kind of like how snakes and frogs are amphibians, and then there's like, yeah, there's toads and then frogs, and there's amphibians and that kind of thing. It's kind of like it's kind of like dogs and canines. It's kind of like that. It's weird. Even though they're technically both like of the same breed, dogs and wolves are two different things. I said dogs and canines, which whoops, that's wrong. I can't talk. On mats, did a few matches in the ring at Berwyn Eagle Club, but that was before my heart attack. Yeah, no, you had a scholarship too because of wrestling, which you had to give up too because of that. I remember when I was told about your issue being with your heart, I nearly fell down my stairs. I was like, you can't do that to me. Fucking Joey's little brother called me up one time and told me that Irving had a heart attack and was in the hospital. I'm like, oh, I nearly fell down my staircase. I dropped to my knees, was in tears.
Those guys that just killed me?
Yeah.
I got my body back, and then there was some other horde guys, and we just fucking smoked them.
Nice.
Now I gotta
Nice.
get the fuck out of here before they come back and they revive themselves, and I'm by myself.
Oh no. Yeah, you don't want to be ganked.
Well, I'm questing, so it's like, fuck, you dickhead. I was being by myself.
Yeah.
No bothering nobody. It's like, once I get ganked once, now when I see somebody, I'm gonna fuck them up.
Nice. Teach him a lesson.
They started a war.
Oh yeah. I've died by Dark Magician. Oh no. Since when did Yu-Gi-Oh get in here? It's always good to teach gankers a lesson, whether it's actual enemies or players. I hate it.
Yeah, that's real life. Those are fucking. Oh fuck, there's another one.
Especially when it comes to...
Place on that, it's like a war zone.
Yes. Especially when it comes to Dark Souls, where I get an invader who tends to use the enemy NPCs that I'm battling as cover, so I don't just sit there and run in carelessly, and then they sit there and let the...
What a pussy.
And then the enemies they'll aggro to me, and then he'll come after me and start attacking me with the enemies aggro to me, and then I'm struggling to fight the enemies off, and I'm worrying about him. Yeah, they do that to me a lot in that game. I wouldn't mind it so much if they fought me fair. There's some people who fight fair and literally, don't heal or, wait for you to kill off an enemy. And then there's people who literally just spam magic too, and it's just like,
Yeah.
fuck, assholes. And I'm a
All
physical
lions
combat
on this
guy.
side is pussies.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Welcome back, Golly. I feel you on that. That's why I don't mind PvP, but that's made me hate PvP so much.
Well, it's fun when you got people too with you. Like, they fought me 2v1.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind it when it's fun. Or when you have a crew. Like when me and Irving were doing Dark Souls 3, there was a dude who was invading us, but he was a kind invader, and we had me, Irving, and another guy. He was a kind invader because he wasn't outright fighting us. He wanted an actual fair fight. So we had 3 dudes. We could have all rushed him, But instead, he was gesturing, he was being kind, and we allowed our other dude who was with us, who was actually more of the PvP of the crew, go fight him one-on-one. Yeah, they fought one-on-one. And even after the dude lost, the other dude who won, the PvP invader, he wasn't outright trying to kill us. He was doing gestures, he was being nice. That's what I mean, he was an kind invader. There's people out there who will literally just come after you and literally, because if he goes after the host, the person who is hosting that, everyone gets sent back to their old world. He could have literally went after Irving, who happened to be the host of that round, and he's new to Dark Souls. And PvP is a whole new ball game though, because literally the connection could be shitty. You could have good connection, and their connection could literally alter what the fight's gonna look like. Because I've literally had enemies where they come in and backstab me when I clearly dodged it, and it looks like I lagged right into their attack. Or they could just be cheating. I've run into my fair share of hackers. But no, like there's some fairly nice duelers, and then there's some assholes who have come across, who literally message me online and literally claim that I'm a freaking bitch because I suck at PvP. And it's just like, all right, you spammed magic. Go fuck yourself.
It's a different world.
Yeah. I've had plenty of people bitch at me about a fighting game because I kicked their ass too. And it's like, I suck at PvP. You lost to me. Let's go fuck yourself. Xbox babies. That's what a lot of them are. A lot of my time is spent doing this on 360, so I have a lot of Xbox babbies who are probably like 13 years old. Like, I'm not good at these. I'm good at the player versus player or player versus enemy aspect, and I'm not trying to sit there and win. A lot of these people do nothing but these, kind of things. There's people who literally make builds specifically solely for that, and I'm not. I don't do that. There's even gankers and people on Dark Souls who make a build specifically to fuck with low-level characters. They call them twinks or twinkers.
Yeah, I just learned that.
They've literally, it's fucking annoying because, like, while I'm good at the games, if you're at a low area, these guys are mid-leveled or, mid-tier leveled to the point where they're gonna outdo you regardless of what your setup is.
Yeah, regardless of how your skill is.
Yes. And they're also better because they practice this stuff. I am not geared towards this. Yeah, like, I hate those, especially with Dark Souls. And that's pretty much the biggest
I tried to play Dark Souls. I was just bad at it.
Well, that takes time too. If you're gonna be freshly into it, you're probably gonna be bad at it. So was I. I quit for a year on skeletons because that was also like not the right area. Too, you can literally also go the wrong way. I mean, there's no wrong.
That's what I did. And that's why I was like, why is it so hard?
Yeah, that's the thing. There is no general wrong way as it's open worlded, but like the way that you're expected to go. Yeah, because that's what I did in the first one. I went to some area there was some skeletons, and they fucking destroyed me. And I later on found out that that's actually a mid-area game level, mid-game area. And I was getting destroyed and quit for a year. I came back. Still took me a while to beat it, but yeah, like Dark Souls is hard. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I still fail miserably in some parts of that. Like, I can come back and play that game several years later and still miserably fail. But, like, if you're new to the game entirely, yeah, I can understand. I've come across people I worked with who literally quit playing those kind of games because they're not good at them. It's
that
like,
was my struggle.
Like, you gotta practice it. Unfortunately, if you're not into those kind of combat games or don't feel like you have the patience for it, then that's fine. But those games are gonna kill you.
Yeah, because I loved how it looked. I was like, oh, this is cool.
No, Dark Souls and Bloodborne are phenomenal. I love the aesthetic. It's very fun. Once you beat for me, when I was able to beat some of these harder bosses, I got a rush in video gaming that I never feel before in other kind of games. So if you're into that kind of thing, you get a feeling that you will never feel in other games. Like, I had that heart rush for beating bosses, but yeah, I can understand. It's not for everybody though. But no, I love the aesthetic, the medieval knights aesthetic or the gothic horror that is Bloodborne aesthetic. Those aesthetics are phenomenal. That and Sekiro. Sekiro is made by the same team, which is all ninjas and samurai. So it's in that era. And then there's Nioh, which is another samurai type game. But yeah, there's so many Dark Souls-esque games where they make them hard or just have a certain level up system, and you die a couple of times and you lose your your level up currency or whatever. I love those games though. They are hard. They are hard. They're even harder when you do co-op because the bosses usually get more health and more defenses or whatever. And I love the co-op though. Co-op's so good. But no, yeah. I'm glad whenever I see people play, though, new players play Dark Souls, though, and actually beat it, because then they get that sense of rush that I got, and the first playthrough is always a great feeling for Dark Souls. I've never had a fun experience as my first time playing through that game. I wish I can go back in time and play that again for the first time. My experience when I did my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin stream, though, ugh. Even though I've already played base Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin was not a great experience, because of what they changed. I just hate the way they changed it up. They added too many enemies, and certain things in new locations, and I already knew what was coming, just the enemies I didn't. The bosses and the areas, I knew what was coming. Even though it still felt blind to me, it's just, ugh. And hello, everybody in chat. My lord. That's why I also love talking to someone on Discord, too. That also brings in a lot of people. A lot of people like chat interaction and commentary. That's why when you are talking with your buddies on WoW, and, you know, people love that shit.
Yes, sir.
Any future streamers who want to be upcoming streamers and have people who want to do this kind of stuff and are willing to join you on stream, that people love this shit. That's why I try to talk to when people want to join my Discord chat. I try to talk to some of them. I've had a few that are really annoying, unfortunately. I've had like a couple young kids who tried to join a few of my chats one time. One was fine, but one got really annoying. Like, I don't mind talking to like young 12 or 13-year-olds, but one of them was really annoying because he kept trying to make me focus on his video. And I was like, dude, I'm playing a game. Stop. I otherwise don't mind talking to young kids, because most of my YouTube channel was, a bunch of my fans were all young, and I didn't mind playing games with them and actually talking to them over the headset. But when people are like trying to focus my attention on them, it gets very old.
No, Brett, focus on me.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Watch my video. So I think I figured out what this stupid song does. It makes my character go berserk, I think. I don't know. Stupid buff in this game. I think it makes my characters go berserk. I could be wrong. I have no control of them, from what I can see. See? So it's Berserk. It's Berserk the Animu. No. Shit, customer, have I not made you a mod yet for being here for this long? Shit, I thought you were a mod already. That's something I need to do. You've been here for a long time. I'm surprised I did not make you a mod a while ago. Not only have you been here through Final Fantasy, but you've been here through far other things. There you go. Favorite customer, you are now a mod. Welcome to the moderation status. Since you've been here for a long time, not just through Final Fantasy, but for a good chunk of my time streaming. And you becoming more and more consistent due to Final Fantasy, but you've been here for a while. I forgot, was it Dead Rising you found me from? I know through a slew of people found me through Dead Rising. Love as kill in Borderlands 3. I hear your victory music. Oh, the da 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 da. Nice. That music does kind of go with everything, kind of like Guile's theme. That's like the Guile's theme of this game. Ooh, everyone's nearing 5. Cool.
Are you playing Pokemon now?
No, no. Oh, no, we're just... Irving is talking about the battle theme victory music for Final Fantasy. The dun 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 went off when he killed an enemy or boss in Borderlands. Sorry, no, I'm not playing Pokemon. Not right now. I haven't played Pokemon in a bit. But I am on Crystal version. I want to return to that, but I've been wanting to do a bunch of Final Fantasy. I've been doing a lot of RPGs in a while, though. I've been doing a lot of... Sorry on how I'm typing doing it one-handed. Hey, you're doing fine one-handed, my man. It's harder than you think when you're focusing on an action-oriented game. Even though you can pause in Borderlands? I'm not sure if you can. I'm sure you can. But in... Slowly, though, for games like World of Warcraft or any RPGs that you can't pause in, like Dark Souls, stuff like that. It's really hard. Trust me, I do a lot of games like Dark Souls and those. Yeah, I thought you can in Borderlands, but still, for a guy who's typing one-handed, though, you're doing fine. But you know, that's why you opted up to talk to me, because it's a lot easier. You're playing a game that I can't pause in. Same with Dark Souls, or you know, those kind of games where you literally cannot pause, even though Dark Souls is not. Same with Monster Hunter. Even those games are not MMOs. They kind of are. They kind of feel like MMOs, not MMOs. RPGs that are that are MMO-ish, but not MMO. Just because you can't pause, and they have like live like interaction in ways. Monster Hunter specifically feels like that because there's a hub that you can interact with, and its combat with its monsters feel like live action, or you know, if that makes sense, action combat. Kind of like how MMOs like World of Warcraft are. You can have like mini raids. PSO2, it's not so much PSO, but PSO2 is kind of like it is an MMO, but like it's like it feels a bit more like a raid MMO, if that makes sense. PSO1 not so much, because there's only a party of 4, and PSO2 you can have a party of 4, but you can also fight with other parties of 4s, up to 16 people. So it feels more MMO-ish than PSO did. Which is surprising, though, to me, how they made PSO2 much bigger. Which is good, though. Still, it still is a console, solely console and PC, though. It's not like it was only just PC like some games. Like World of Warcraft, you'll never see it on console.
Never.
Which is why it surprises me that 11 and 14 are console-based. I'm not surprised that 11 is also on PC. You wish Monster Hunter had that? Hell yeah, I wish Monster Hunter had a
What about 11?
I'm surprised 11 and 14 are console. I'm just like, I'm not...
PC too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not surprised that it is on PC. But I'm surprised, like, those MMOs, how big they are. I'm surprised they are not already only PC.
Well, yeah, 11 died a lot.
Well, I mean, I have it on PC, I just never got around to playing it. I don't know if it's still alive. I know 14 is still going strong, but I did not like the look of 14, which is why I never got into playing it.
I didn't like 14 at all.
Like, no, yeah, that's the only thing that's stopping me was how it looked. 11, I liked the way it was. I just didn't like its combat.
Looks like also.
Touché, but I feel like its combat to me was better than how 11 is. I'll tell you that right now. 11's combat, Final Fantasy 11's combat was one thing that turned me off.
I
But-
didn't like 14's combat.
Touché. See, I didn't like the way it looked either. But no, World of Warcraft may not look great either, but its combat is something more up my alley, because I've been playing a lot. I played a lot of Dragon Ball Online, which has similar combat to, which has similar combat to WoW. You know where you have hotkey set up or whatever.
Yeah, you got like 40 keys you gotta fucking hit.
Yes, it has that combat style, and you basically go up to an enemy. You have cooldowns for all your attacks, you know. And you have raid boss fights and stuff like that. It's basically just World of Warcraft with the Dragon Ball skin. You have a big open world to explore, Dragon Ball-esque areas, that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, and you got your typical buy your gear from this shop or farm this enemy for this item, yada yada. Then you got your time-sensitive quest line, stuff like that. It's basically World of Warcraft but Dragon Ball Z. And that graphic style is not great either. I mean, of course, it's set in the anime universe, but still, like...
Not going right.
World of Warcraft has I love World of Warcraft's aesthetic, though, from what I played of it. And don't worry, though, I'll have a lot of fun when I get on with it. It's just a lot of other things happen. But I have plans to do it. Big plans. Monster Hunter, though, I do wish Monster Hunter World had that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Where you can battle up to 16 people, even though it's a separate party. Well, Monster Hunter is basically a mini MMO in his own right. That's why it was compared to PSO2 by a lot of people that I've watched play it. It basically is PSO2, just with a different aesthetic to it. Because PSO2 has a lot of similarities to Monster Hunter when it comes to battling bosses and cutting off parts, even though you don't hunt monsters for certain parts. But it's similar to it. Dauntless is basically a Monster Hunter clone mixed with Fortnite. Minus the whole, let's build up houses and shit. Can you imagine that? For Dauntless, that'd be terrible. Dauntless was fun, but I just wish it wasn't made by the same creators as Fortnite. Because that game lags like mad. It's only downfall. And that game looks like ass. Games that look like ass don't always mean anything. As long as it plays fun. The gameplay is the bigger importance. We grew up on games that look like complete shit today. And I still play a lot of old games. Hell, I'm playing Final Fantasy, and I never grew up with these games, but point taken. I mean, no, then again, this game looks good, though. I actually like a lot of retro games. Some look very good, too. It depends on how they design it. Some of these games look better than modern games, because the way that the models look, they don't age very well. That's why they gotta stop focusing on a lot of the CG aspects and modeling of some games, because they just look like shit 10 years down the line. Some do good, some don't. I mean, look at Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead looks like trash today, but it still plays good. Dead Rising looks like ass, but still play well. Now, when anime games start using, like, certain anime aesthetics and don't really go for the 3D modeling and try to make a 2D, like, esque game, then it looks good. Like, Dragon Ball FighterZ. When the way they made that game look, even though it's like a 3D fight, it's still a 2D fighter set into a 3D-esque graphic style, and it works for it because it's cartoony, but it also uses it uses 3D sprites in a two-dimensional, like, game, fighting game. And the way the aesthetic is, it fits perfectly, and it ages well. Unlike 3D Dragon Ball games of the PS2 era, which look like trash today. And I loved the Budokai franchise, but they just look like ass today. Doesn't mean they're bad games, though. It's just the aesthetic. People need to learn how to sit there. I'm not a video game designer, but that's just the problem with modern games, is a lot of them, the way they design models and the certain models of characters, they don't look very good because models don't age very well, which is why you get, like, stretched out faces and shit, and that's why people post, like, the Left 4 Dead memes. Because what you can do with their fucking models, they're so bad. That's why I love the Left 4 Dead videos on, oh man. Those are so good. Left for LOL or whatever, those are so good. This modeling is so bad, but we wouldn't have those videos if it weren't for that. And there's nothing wrong with any of what I just said either. I mean, a lot of these games did look good at their time, and some just never did. Some looked never good at the time at all. It depends on the time frame that they released. Unfortunately, I don't think modern consoles are we ever going to get true three-dimensional, like, real-life-esque looking characters. We're always going to have something that gets bothered. Like, usually they're going to have clothing or hair that just flows way too much or just looks fake. Or they're just going to have something wrong with their facial expression that someone's always going to find problem with. Final Fantasy X's remaster has issues with their face modeling that people love the originals for, which I haven't really noticed too much of a difference, but someone always is going to complain about something. That, and whenever they make a sequel to everyone's favorite freaking game, they're going to hate it. That's why companies should probably not focus on making too many sequels, because then it usually falls apart. Like, I knew, as much as I love it, I knew from the outset that Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to receive little to no love because everyone's going to hate it because it's the third game in the series and it's not going to compare to the first two. And it didn't. In my opinion, Kingdom Hearts 3 is great, but it's still worse than 2. Far worse than 2. It's probably not even up there with my top favorites of Kingdom Hearts, but it is probably one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games of the year. Definitely better than a lot of them. Nothing will still be worse than Kingdom Hearts Recoded, I'll tell you that right now. Heal. Viewers, man. Probably more than that, but thank you guys so much. I feel like the longer I stream into the night is when I gain more. I noticed that usually when I stream early on the weekends, I usually like get less, and then as I get around to the time frame that I normally stream to when I normally end is when I get the most. It's only 9:40 right now, and I'm already up to 10 viewers, which is my average on Phantasy Star. But my average viewer count's growing. As long as we can get to that 75, I can get my partnership. Still a lot of work ahead of me, but still amazing that my average viewer count is growing. It was around like 2 people, now it's almost at 4 people. Yes, it is good. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. I did not expect... I knew Final Fantasy would get me somewhere, but I did not expect to really start hitting my stride until the PS1 age. And we're getting there. I did not expect Final Fantasy V to really start slowing down towards the end, though. I expected it actually to be done by this point, to be fair. But I did miss a couple days, and I wanted to work my ass through it. And I hear a lot of good things about 6, so I expect a lot of people to join through 6. But Final Fantasy V, by far, is my favorite original. I don't know, I just love job class systems. That's like the biggest thing for me in RPGs. Like, being able to freely customize your characters is one of the coolest freaking concepts in games. That's what I love about, like, with Monster Hunter. I love being able to freely become whatever you want to be. Like, if you want to be a hammer user or a freaking sword user or whatever. I loved that. Even though it's not really like a job. Even though it's not like a job class, it's your closest thing to one. Or like, you know, where you can make your warrior or your mage, or, you know, in RPGs or MMOs, you can, you know, create a certain class. I love stuff like that. While you freely can't change them in a lot of those games, I love that in PSO2 that you're not limited to your hunter, force, or ranger anymore, because there's actually more classes in PSO2. But you can switch them now, and each have their own level ups. So if you max out your character in PSO2, you can switch to another class on the same character. Any no info on what, like PC release? Not that I've seen, no. I haven't been on the website either, but from what I know, that the beta is going to go on up until the Xbox is released, from what I can tell. They have like no limit on the beta at this point, which is why I haven't really been focusing too much on it, but I will be playing a bunch of it tomorrow. It's just, yeah, I have not checked for right now. The website, I believe, still says PC coming soon, which, I don't know. That's on Microsoft. I don't even know why they don't release them both at the same damn time, because, you know, considering Windows, Microsoft is the reason why PSO2 is coming out here, or even came out here. They even have, like, a bunch of shit involving, like, Xbox outfits. If you have the Game Pass thing, which I got for that outfit because I'm a cosmetic fuck. I even bought the bundle to get me the old PSO, like, character skins, and the bundle to get me a useless Sonic skin, because I'm a cosmetic guy. Also, I just got paid, so I didn't mind. But, let me look. I don't know if... I don't even know when that was planning to come out. Let me see when... let me look up on Google. PSO2 PC release date. Really? I don't know what that means. It says PSO2 initial release date, July 4th. Well, first off, I don't know. That was 2012. Sorry. Not my bad. I didn't even see the 2012. I just saw July 4th and got excited. Whoops. Maybe I should read. I'm also tired. Its initial release is coming in the spring, so it should be... Phantasy Star Online will come to Xbox One and PC in North America in spring. And it will supposedly end up on all platforms outside of Japan. Thought so. Okay, so yeah, according to this post, we'll be seeing PC version as well as Xbox version sometime in the spring, which is literally in the next month or so. Spring is already here, so expect it in the next month or two. Phantasy Star Online will come to Xbox One and PC in North America in spring 2020. It will supposedly, I say supposedly, but it's supposedly end up on all platforms outside of Japan. Which is fine, because in Japan, it's on 4 consoles. It's on the Switch and PS4, as well as PC and Xbox. Hell, and apparently they're going to make this cross-platform. Which means I can play this fucking thing in bed. If I don't care how bad the Switch version will handle this, I will fucking play the shit out of this on the Switch. Prepare for many sleepless fucking nights because this fucking game. Oh god. However, it runs through the cloud on Switch, so that might help it a little. The only game to this day I have not played is Phantasy Star Nova, which is the PSP Vita. And it's probably the only, like, handheld or console that I actually don't own besides, like, the original Atari. But I pretty much have every other console. Mostly. Whether I have any console expansions like all the dang Sega shit, but I have pretty much every other console that came out besides the Ataris. Because my parents never had them. Well, they had them, but by the time I was born, they were broke or gone or whatever. You miss it? I heard enough things about it not being great, and I never was really big into the PSP to begin with, so I just didn't think it would be worth me buying. I did like its touchscreen aspect, but you know me, I was more of the DS guy. I like my double screen. And even then the DS to me, even then the DS to me wasn't like, and thinking back on it now, I always wonder to myself how I played so many hours on the DS when trying playing the 3DS for as many hours as I used to, I can't do it anymore. My hands cramp up so bad. I went hardcore on Final Fantasy X on the Switch. I beat that game, and I put 700 hours into that already. Oh boy, I nearly maxed out everything. I fucking love 10. And I nearly did 2 playthroughs of 10 too, and I love 10 too. I love both of those games. Fucking went hardcore on that. Maxed out the sphere grid and nearly maxed out everyone's health. Everyone's sitting at max stats except for their health. I just gotta beat the true final boss of the game, which is the optional hidden boss in the re-release. Penance. He's the only one I have yet to fight. I was planning on doing his battle, but then I moved on to 10-2. Which is actually a game I actually like better than 10. Probably to a lot of people's dismay, I'm probably gonna do 2 complete playthroughs on stream for 100%, 200%. Yes, but it's not gonna be back to back, so no one's gonna have to sit through that game twice, back to back. Don't worry, it's gonna be at another time frame. I'm gonna do 1 playthrough of 10-2 for the series of Final Fantasy and then move on, because people are gonna probably want 12. Don't worry. I know plenty of people, once I get there, are going to really want me to play 12. People are already wanting me to play through some of the certain Final Fantasy games. And then once Final Fantasy's done, I'm moving on to Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear, rather. Metal Gear and then Metal Gear Solid. Because it's after Pokemon's done, we'll probably add in something else. I don't know what franchise we're going to add in the place of Pokemon, but after Final Fantasy's done, I'm moving on to Metal Gear. Metal Gear! And then, I still got requests that I gotta throw into, which it'll happen in other places of things, but there's video game requests that people are asking me to play, which is cool, because that's what I love about my channel, my following, is that people are literally requesting me to play things. That makes me happy. Whether I've never played them before. Chunk of games. Actually, the next game in line is Half-Life. That's a game franchise I've never even touched before. Oh, I'm battling Lion. Sand Lion. But yes. I love how I look up Phantasy Star Online PC release and it gives me Final Fantasy 14. Good job, Google. Wrong fantasy. Also, Final Fantasy 14 might not be something I ever do. Any of the MMOs, in fact. People have requested me to try 14, but like I just didn't like it. Plus, I don't know how I feel about spending money on an MMO like that, even though I already have an account on WoW.
Exactly.
It's just, I don't want to spend... I already have Amazon Prime. World of Warcraft is fine, because I actually want to get into that game for my own right. But it's just, having Amazon Prime plus whatever my services that I want to spend stuff on, plus have it, another MMO. I don't know how... I heard also Final Fantasy is very expensive. I don't know how expensive it is, but I don't feel like starting up another service for Final Fantasy, though. Especially if I'm not going to get into it. I don't expect to do too much on WoW, but I can see myself getting big into it. I'm going to try to stop myself from not getting addicted to it, because Phantasy Star has already taken my life, and I have other things to do, but I can easily not stop myself from that. How much is WoW?
15.
Yeah, we spent 15 on it. It's not that bad. There's multiple, there's a couple bundles that you can do, and I forgot what they were. I forgot what the prices were for them. But it's definitely not bad. Why do I get into the ship and I'm looking for random encounters? I'm so focused, like, ugh. So many other games do that. Final Fantasy III actually had certain areas where you can run into air battles. But World of Warcraft itself was free, but the bundle that we spent is, it was once a month?
Classic.
Was it?
$50 once a month.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was once a month. No, the yearly price. What was the yearly price again?
I don't know. They give you a discount, but...
Yeah, I don't remember the prices. No, it's just Irving's asking for how much is the yearly one. I don't remember. But I'm paying for the once a month because I didn't want to pay for another yearly subscription like that because I'm already paying for Amazon Prime and that's like, what, 90? Plus PlayStation Plus, plus Xbox. So that's like already 100 there, plus the Switch, which is like, what, 15, 20 something? I forgot how much the Switch was. Switch is definitely not 50. So, but like I'm already paying for a ton of services, plus my car bills, which is like over 200 a month. So it's like there's a lot of services I'm paying, and I don't want to sit there and afford for another MMO that I'm rarely gonna pay. 20? I thought so. I knew it wasn't 50. I'm bad at remembering prices for things when I buy things. I usually just buy it like, ooh, I like it, and like I have an impulse buyer sometimes. Like I said, I've run myself into the negative before. Huh. Good thing I had a job. Otherwise, I would have been fucked. But yeah, expect some World of Warcraft in the near future. With the guy I'm talking with. And if anyone else, any fans want to join ever, feel free to. Even if I'm playing it and this guy's not on, feel free to join me sometime too. I just gotta find the stride to get into it as well. Like there's gonna be things where I'm gonna want to play it, and then there's gonna be times where I'm just not gonna want to play it. So, but yes, I plan on delving pretty deep into it. Just not gonna get addicted to it as some people might like. Because if any game I want to get addicted to, it's PSO2 or PSO, because that's my childhood right there. And it's the reason I still play it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. I just did 6,666 damage. All sixes. Unless that was 666. I read that as 4 sixes. That might have been 3 sixes. 6,000 damage might have been a little excessive.
We're choking on this joke.
My God, everybody. I love all of you. I love all of you and my ever-growing viewers. Thank you guys for sticking around watching me grind for endless hours on end, but I'm starting to get some into my monk class, which is going to start giving me some health boosts. I'm getting there. Some of my guys are getting HP 10%. Oh, thank you, Gali. You're a beautiful person. You're all beautiful. You can thank Hitwoman for that emote too. Send love to her for me. Guys, all of you. Go send love to Hitwoman's channel for me too. She may not need it, but it's good to have. She's bigger than I am, so like I said, she may not need it as much, but she still appreciates it, and I still want her to grow as well, because she's a streamer too. You can never have too many people. But like I said, she might do some variety of stuff you guys like. So like, that's why it's good to branch out, to have many different help partners. That's why it's good that I have a few friends and people that I know who stream. Or people that I'm becoming friends with over it. That's what I love.
Now they're keeping me up.
Don't die on me now.
I'm in a 40 versus 40.
Ooh. Ugh. Thanks to that 10% health boost, my team is sitting at the 2000s now, and that's just 10%. It goes up to 30. To be fair, I think Monk might have the highest vitality. At least it did in 3. You gained the most health from that class if you leveled it up as you're a monk. And it stays. It's not like, oh, you switch over to a monk to a warrior or whatever and your health decreases or whatever. You just gain more vitality in that class. If you want to level up to the max level without that class, you'll get a lot of health. But you'll get more as a monk. That makes sense. I wish you could just run in the damn overworld, though. You can run in dungeons, you can run in towns, but in the overworld, you can't fucking run. It annoys me. They have an ability for that. Just running, and it's awesome, but fuck, what the hell? My team's now getting stronger. My weaker members are starting to do almost 1,000.
Fuck.
Died. There, for anyone who I was talking about, showing Hitwoman Agent 69 some love. There's her shout out. There's your shout out. Exclamation point supply, exclamation point swole. Yes, I made a command for you. Exclamation point swole in my chat. We'll shout you out. Exclamation point. I like that name too. Exclamation point zero slayer or zero. Exclamation point supply, exclamation point agent, exclamation point black, actually no, exclamation point fire. Sorry. And then I think there's a few more that I need to make, but yes. I'll actually put them. Oh my god, my entire team is just destroying everybody. Slow. I said swole. I can't type. I made a command in my chat for you.
Oh.
So whenever people type in exclamation point swole, they get linked to your channel.
Ah.
I made a bunch of like shout out commands for some of my bigger fan base members who became streamers, and well, since you're also my best friend, you also got your own. But
Cool,
my
it's
butt.
special.
Yes, same with Tom. Same with my buddy Tom, who's his name on Twitch is Zero Slayer. Since you guys are like my close friends in my real life, you guys had one since the start, since I started, since you started streaming.
Yeah, I just
or-
loaded up the stream.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to go check out Swole Guy, go send him some love. He's the guy I'm talking to right now.
Wildlife.
Yes, he's the one I'm talking to right now. He's an awesome streamer. And I'm just shouting out a bunch of all my fans who also stream. There's a couple of people who also stream via this, but they're also just my fan base. No one I know like truly personally all that yet, but I'm becoming friends with some of them. It's nice because I don't really go out much, so but it's nice. I think I got everyone. I may have done it twice for some of you guys, sorry, but I just did it anyway. Anyway, send them some love. Also, feel free to let me link my Discords because I have two. We originally made one for me and my buddy to talk with, and then we started growing, so we made a separate Discord to actually just have one as a backup, and then we just ended up using my main. Click the first link for anyone who wants to join the Discord. I have two. It's just I already explained that, yeah, it was originally meant for me and my buddy to chat with, and then we started growing, so then we made a second one. And then we just started using the main one. But that's why. One was made by me, and one was made by my friend. We just linked them together. And now for anyone, if you guys want to join them both, feel free. I don't manage the other one, though, even though they're linked. They are linked, though, so I do see them both. You can access them in one Discord. So that's kind of like one big Discord, if that makes sense. I do love Discord, it's nice. It beats having to use Skype, or that's how we used to actually do our streams before. We used Skype. And then we switched over to TeamSpeak, and then that decided to make me pay for it.
Yes, I got him earlier.
Kicking some ass.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
Looking a wreck.
I'll get my fucking axe after this so I can duel wield.
Nice. Yeah, I got your stream up, so I'm gonna see what's going on. I see an ad though.
This is like 40 versus 40. And doing this, I'll be able to get an axe that I can use.
Nice.
So I can dual wield.
Yes. For anyone who wants some World of Warcraft, go send Swole Guy some love for me. And not just that, he's an awesome streamer nonetheless. And you were growing at a fast-ass rate. I think you grew faster than I did back when I was starting out. That's amazing, too. Then again, you focused morely on one thing, and it was also popular.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that is
Stream
true.
this because I felt like, who the fuck wants to watch this?
Oh, you'll be surprised.
I guess there's a lot of people that do.
Oh, you'll be surprised. I mean, that's what I thought about a lot of the games I was doing. Like, who wants to watch me play some Final Fantasy? But, it's getting me the biggest of the fan base that I've ever had before. In fact, it's getting me bigger than PSO. And my lord, so many half my fan base is from that. But yeah, no, like, to be fair, I was focusing on multiple games, only because that's just my normal, that's how I normally am, though. I literally play a game and I beat it, and then I go on to something else. But I'm toning it down now, which is why I've been focusing on Final Fantasy, like this whole series so far. I've been doing nothing but Final Fantasy for the most part for a while, and then I would I would beat Final Fantasy, and then I would switch over to Phantasy Star, the original Phantasy Stars, and then I would switch back over to Final Fantasy, and then I would do maybe some Pokemon, and then I would solely take one game and play that for a few streams, and then switch to something else. So it just gives my stream a bit of variety. Before it was 1 or 2 games every week. And it would be like Pokemon this, Final Fantasy, and then it would be like Dragon Ball Z game here, and then this and this and that, and it's just, ugh.
How can I invite somebody to the Discord?
Via your chat, you mean?
No, one of the guys from the other Discord.
Oh, if they're in your Discord already, then you go over to their name and you right-click, and then it should say invite. It should say, like, invite server.
Well, usually I just click. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it should say, like, invite to server, and then it should give you a list of servers that you're part of.
Usually I just click the button that we're in, the server that we're in. You can invite from there, but...
Yeah, I don't really know how Yeah, I really don't know how a lot of the Discords work, to be fair. That's how I did it. That's how I did it with you, as I clicked your name, and then it brought up to invite to server. Yeah, I don't know how... Like, I barely even know where to find my dang hashtag thing. Still annoys me. I hate that. I hate the whole hashtag thing. I just wish it would outright say it. Like, I'm still bad at that. And like some things I'm still learning with. Because this is a Discord I run, but like, I don't think I'm a great leader when it comes to running it, if that makes sense. I'm active in it, but like,
These guys fucking get biased.
yeah, my Discord bot also shouts you out too, like, in my going live section. So whoever's going live, because I had to do all to a bunch of this list, so my bot in my Discord will shout you out too. So if any of my followers who want to see World of Warcraft and don't actively talk much, because I have a lot of them, they might see it and be like, "Oh shit, hello." So yeah, you may get some random followers from me out of nowhere that I don't even ever really talk to anymore, because a lot of them are actually never like really a chat much. But yeah, for anyone who does like World of Warcraft, give this guy some love. Kick some ass with him. Join on the Discord.
Port side.
Yeah. Also, you have to join the same server. I see a lot of mounts happening. That's all I see is
you
one.
just killed that guy.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
We're getting pushed back though. What the fuck? Damn, they're killing Ice Daddy. Are we gonna fucking lose this? Holy shit. We're fucking losing this. Hey, my guy sent you a message on Discord. I don't know, for some reason he can't join. So if you could just invite him.
Invite him to the call?
I
I thought he
guess,
was.
yeah.
I thought he was
I don't
in
know.
my Discord. I mean, I can re-invite him to the Discord itself.
Yeah, he said he sent you a message. Just
Yeah, I saw it. Linux, Linksys
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I saw it. I don't know why I'm bad with certain names. Linksys. Yeah, I saw it. I'm re-inviting him to the actual thing, so maybe he can be part of it that way and get in that way. I sworn he accepted it before. Maybe he left by accident. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's part of it. Yeah, he might not have been able to join through your link. I don't know. Maybe you have to have certain moderation. You should be.
oh god, I'm getting clapped now because our whole team is pushing.
That's strange. I thought I made you. Eh.
I just have to run by now and just fucking kill the boss with the team.
But yeah, he's got a link now. Hopefully it's. I have it. I think I have my link set to permanently never expire. But yeah, it should be good. Yeah, I see him now. He's just joined. I sworn he was in before, but maybe he got kicked out or maybe he left. Yeah, there he is. I see he's joined up now.
Fuck, there's no way I could get by this.
Cool.
I'm running!
Now you gotta sit there and wait and heal up or whatever.
Fuck that. See, the problem is our team is pushing. We're already almost winning the game. So since they got their ass beat so bad, they're coming to try to take the shit that we already had. So I keep trying to fight like 1 versus 20 and it's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna run by.
Damn. That's
Because
rough.
we're about to end.
That sucks. Is he still having trouble trying to join chat? He should not have trouble. It should be just clicking. I don't know. He's in my Discord now. I don't know what happened. I know I invited him before. Either way. I was just curious because if he was trying to join chat, I haven't seen him pop in yet. I know I have 2 voice channels. One was already made, but I made me and my buddies one or whatever. I really don't technically need to, but it's a thing. But yeah. Don't miss. Rude. It's a slug. How are you gonna miss that shit? And if anybody ever cares, until we become partner status, we have exclamation point Khadgar, which is a way to watch multiple streams at once. I know there's also the Twitch thing that you can do, but I'm not a partner.
Yeah, see, we're about to end game right here.
Yeah. There's also multi-stream, but I actually prefer Khadgar better. I don't know why. Ooh, so this is like the end point? Cool.
Yeah, we gotta kill the boss in here.
Nice. Okay, okay, that's cool. I like that. So that's the kind of thing I like. God, this madness, fucking nonsense. Jesus.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It looks fun though. Well, my buddy wants me to play that, so I'll definitely be putting in a handful of streams for Supply 7. If you're here, Jared,
We got a good team this time, so that's pretty nice.
That's good. It's always good.
Win. There we go, baby. That's weird. Yeah. Oh, get my shit. Yeah. Fucking 2-hour queues right now, dude. This is nuts.
Damn.
It takes 2 hours to get into that match.
Fuck.
And then the match took 45 minutes.
Damn, is that long on average?
So you're looking at, yeah, just right now. What the fuck?
Damn, that's a long time, and also a long fight.
It's a very fucking big commitment. That's why it's like, but now I should be revered where I could go get my ass. Or am I honored? Am I not revered yet? Do I have to go 2 more steps? 1 more step? If that's the case, fuck me. I think I could get it at honor. I hope I could get it at fucking honor because it's
Is that like
not fuck my life.
Is that like a good rank or something, or is that something else?
Well, it's yeah, because then you get like discounts and you can buy certain weapons that are good.
Nice. Okay, that's what I thought that might be. That's cool.
That's why I gotta load like this fucking whole XP bar up, and it's if you're looking at fucking it takes 3 hours just to get a goddamn match. You're gonna look at like all day just to get a couple matches in.
Yeah.
Like
That's got to be rough. Yeah, that's got to be rough, especially if you're streaming it.
That's why you do it, and then I go quest in between it, and then once it pops, you just join automatically.
Oh, okay. So it queues. Okay, so you're not just sitting there. Okay, I was about to. I was about to say.
If I was just sitting here, I would just go
Fuck.
Like, jerk off in the next room or something for 2 hours. But like, no, it's not like that. But that's why it's a fucking. It's a bitch.
I was about to say that's got to be rough.
Yeah,
that's got to be.
Luckily, I'm not 60 yet. I'm 58, so I can still go do shit in between queues. Because like once you're 60, dude, it's like fuck, you can't really level anymore. You're max level. So
yeah.
That's why you start it now. Start it early. Fuck this man. about to go find out. I hope. We're about to go find out while I fly. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm gonna go grab another drink.
Yes. It's always good to adequately get up and stretch. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go stretch real quick.
Stretch, yeah. Getting alcohol.
Or that! Well, no, I'm just saying it's always good to get up, stretch, get drink.
Trust me, yeah, I know. I'll be right back.
Alright. Yeah, it's always good. Especially if you're streaming for more than several hours a day. Like I have been streaming. This is going on 4 hours. It's always good. I'm gonna go take a quick pee, guys. I'll be right back. It's always good regardless, even if you're not stretching. It's always good to get up. Always good.
Right.
You're back.
Strong. Ah. I think I have to be revered.
You need to do a lot more, or no?
Oh, I thought it was this level. Yeah, I think I gotta do a lot more. No!
That's rough.
I keep looking at it like it's gonna fucking change and be there. Fuck, Brett. God damn it.
Sorry.
I gotta get a whole fucking bar. That's gonna take me like another fucking 2 days.
Rough.
Yes, hold on, give me 1 second.
How's everybody doing? How's it going for you guys tonight? Some of you still here hanging out, huh? A lot of my chat lurking, huh? How's the lurk life, guys? No one needs to answer. I'm just trying to make conversation for a lot of you. I know I've been busy just really chatting with him. I know it can't be too entertaining to watch me grind all day like this, but I didn't really realize I was gonna need to do it this bad. You know what? This is something up my alley anyway. Normally, like, in certain games I would in 10-2 I'm gonna be maxing out the jobs. That's up my alley. Like in this I definitely would love to do that, but like 10-2 is a more modern Final Fantasy, even though it's quite old by this point, it's still more modern. If this was a modern Final Fantasy game, I definitely would. And I can, like, one wrong move and this entire thing can get deleted. Yeah, that can happen, but with modern consoles, like, I don't, yeah, nah, I'm bad at explaining. But, like, that's the only reason why I don't max everything out in this. It's because it's older. But I definitely would if I was playing this game as a kid. That's up my fucking alley. More Final Fantasy games need job classes. Nom, nom, nom.
Alright, back. Sorry.
It's all good.
Dude. I gotta look this up now. That's horrible, dude. I thought I was gonna get the dual wheel tonight.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
bought my other weapon to use,
That sucks.
and now I can't.
I know, I hate when shit like that happens. You're so hyped for something.
I thought it was only 2 ranks up, not 3. But I guess you gotta be revered. Fuck.
Are you able to at least get one more match in tonight?
I'll be able to get more than 1, but
I don't know how much
early.
more.
It's only 9:30.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how much you said it's gonna take you a few more days. I was expecting you only to get a couple more matches in before.
Well, I meant like I could probably tomorrow maybe I could get it by the end of the night or some. I don't know. We'll see. See how if the queue gets less. 155 now with queue. That's still pretty high.
That's rough though.